Good morning, Year 6. Okay, so yesterday you would have heard me reading chapter 12 of the London Eye Mystery. Obviously, I explained to you then that we are carrying on to use this book as our class read, and I know that a lot of you missed out on the latter chapters of the book. And there's also been the Easter holidays, so we are going to spend this week, so two of our guided reading sessions this week, recapping the main events from the text. So the way we're going to do that is, in a second, I'm going to come off of this notebook and I'm going to put the book up on the screen. Now, I'm not going to read the whole of that book for you again because lots of you have already heard the majority of the story, but what it will allow you to do is, if you've missed any chapters, if you've not heard any chapters, I'm going to go through the book really quickly, but you'll be able to pause the video, read the sections that you need to read, and then you'll catch up. It will also allow us to complete the activities based around the main events in the text. So you can flick back on the video and pause it in the correct place if you need to have a general recap of what happened in chapter 1, then what happened in chapter 2. And I'll explain to you how you're going to do that in a second, okay? Now, on top of that, every afternoon or every last session this week is going to be me rereading chapters 12 to 15. And then next week we'll start moving on. So the people that were in school right up until when the school closed finished on at the end of chapter 15, but I understand that an awful lot of you missed that last week of being at school, so we're going to reread those chapters, and then from next week we will be reading from chapter 16 on. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you're going to be filling out for me in a second. So I would like you, for each chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 8 the first day, and then on Friday, okay, it's going to be this same video, and you're going to be doing exactly the same activity, but for chapters 9 to chapters 15, and I'm going to give you an example of how you're going to do that as well. Okay, so just let's go over to have a look at the book. So I'm going to go through the book quite quickly, and like I said, you can pause on any of the pages that you need to reread and have a look at those. Okay, so there is the book, and like I say, that was very quick. I know that you can just use that to pause the book at any point that you think you might need to change that and recap any of those bits that you might have missed or that you need to look at to complete this activity. So, chapter 1, if we were having a look then at chapter 1, what do we remember from chapter 1, what would we say were the key points of chapter 1? So if I was going to do this one, I'll do chapter 1 for you. At the start of that, we get lots of information about the London Eye. Okay, and the second thing is that we find out the problem. So Salim is missing. Okay, so we find that out quite early in the story. Remember, this was a strange story where we started actually with all the information giving us, and then chapter 2, what you'll find is that actually it went back, didn't it, to before the event. So the story started with the problem and then it went back to before the event. Now in chapter 7, okay, I'm going to do 2 of these for you, so you're going to have the other 6 to do for yourself. So you don't need to do anything more for chapter 1, you don't need to do anything more for chapter 7, because we will have completed those together. You just need to do this for chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8. Now you'll notice I'm not writing much. I don't want you to write a huge amount in there. I want the key points, that the main events that happen in each chapter. So 1 or 2 bullet points for each is absolutely fine. I don't expect any more than that. So chapter 7 is when Salim is on the wheel. So Salim's on the wheel, he's going for the ride, and there's lots in there where Kat and Ted are talking, but we don't need to worry about that. We just need the main events. The main events are that Salim is on the wheel, and that also then Salim doesn't get off the wheel. Okay, so Salim is missing. We don't know where he is. Okay, so if you could complete the grid, take a picture and send it to me through Class Dojo, that will be great. Thank you very much.